So last night I finished Wrath of the Triple Goddess by Rick Riordan, the second of the three senior year Percy Jackson adventures. Spoilers here. Percy has to basically dog sit for Hecate with Grover and Annabeth. It goes wrong. Bad things happen. They end up reviving. They end up destroying her place. It's a whole thing. But this book was most Percy Jackson books I would rate a five, but this one I only rate like a four. I only rated a four because it felt rushed in the writing. It felt like there was a lot of stuff that Rick could have done better. Uh, Randomly, he made Pete Stuyvesant from New Amsterdam a son of Hecate, which is like, what? But that's okay because he's known to do this. George Washington is actually a child of Athena, which is interesting because he, he he's not who I think of when I think of strategic warfare. Uh, in terms of revolutionary people, when I think of strategic warfare, I think of Lafayette, Hamilton. I don't think of Washington. But it gets really weird. There's a lot of stuff where they just sort of wander around New York looking for the lost dog and cat. Percy ends up fighting some nymphs, or not nymphs, Nereids from Circe's Island, which is great because like that made me happy to think because if you remember, Percy and Annabeth destroyed her island. Odysseus didn't. Percy and Annabeth destroyed her island, and it was not good. And he had to fight the Nereids who were stealing Hecate's cat and making perfume out of it, Gale. Um, so that was like one of those things where I was just like, this is weird, and a lot of callbacks and a lot of pop culture references, which Rick is known for. But it feels like a lot of the pop culture references in this book are going to date quickly. Like there's some references to AI, and because he's now with Disney Plus and everything, he is using things. He was using Star Wars in there, which was great. Overall, I'd say it's definitely worth a read because you know if you want more Percy Jackson, it's great. But I wouldn't say that it's like a must read, like drop whatever book you're reading now. Yeah, I know this is a short review, but I'm not analyzing it. I'm just giving you a little bit of a review. Um, Annabeth and Percy actually work together really well, essentially working to overcome their fatal flaws, which I am excited about that concept, and I do hope that in the third senior year adventure book they work on that, but I don't know if Rick's going to do that. There will be another senior year adventure book next year. The reason Rick wrote these books was because Disney told him you can only have a show if you write three more books. So he was like, okay, which so like it doesn't feel like his heart was in it. It feels like he was. It's almost like it's coming to the end of the semester. You thought you had a topic for like a final research paper that you loved, and then you find out that it's just the absolute worst, and the topic you wanted doesn't match what you thought it would be, and you're just like, I am not happy about this. So you just go and you sit down and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna try to hit my 500 words today and finish this. That's what it felt like. It felt like he had a word count that he had to make every day. And then there were some chapters where like he was exploring the relationships between Percy, Annabeth, and Grover, where it was written really well, which I'm excited about. But like the actual plot of the story was written mediocrely.